What's happening, cologne addicts, fragrance enthusiasts, adventure seekers, and music lovers? Welcome back to my channel. This is Fragnifiscents, and I'm so glad you stopped by today. So climb on board and check this out. I'm gonna tease your noses. Sometimes you simply need a break to stop and smell the roses. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna talk about this bad boy right here, and we're gonna talk a little bit about this guy right here. So don't go away. We're going to talk about it on the other side of the intro. Do it.
Do it!
All right, we're back, and thank you so much for joining me today. So what did you think of that clickbaity thumbnail, huh? Yeah, I admit it was kind of clickbaity. Why? Because this isn't really a battle video, even though we are going to talk about this guy a little bit. And I got this one over here, and I got this one over here, but we're mostly here to talk about Zaharoff's new release for 2024. This is Signature Black Rose Halfeti, and look at that beautiful purple juice. Yeah, I'm sure you're expecting Michael Douglas or even better, Kathleen Turner in her prime on the other side of the intro, but showing my age. But they had prior commitments and couldn't be here today. Are they still alive? Well, why did I get this? Well, a couple reasons actually. I'm a big fan of the house. It's my favorite niche house. I have almost every one except for Aurum and the original Zed creators. Otherwise, I have them all. I'm a big fan of the house. It's a great house. I'm a big fan of the creator of the house. And I just love rose fragrances, you know? I mean, I started collecting them. I got my first rose fragrance about 1.5 years ago. Higher end designer. And here it is right here. Can you tell what it is? Oh, you can catch a corner. We're going to talk about it later in the video. But anyways, this one actually reminds me of that a little bit. But as soon as I experienced that first rose fragrance, I was instantly hooked. Because I smelled it, because I wasn't sure about it. I smelled it, and I just couldn't stop smelling it. So I'm kind of obsessed with it. So I've been collecting other rose fragrances. These three, these two and the one that I'll show you later are my favorite of the three. I think I have like 3 or 4 more besides that. And I need to get more. I want to get my hands on more. So we're going to talk about all kinds of things today, and we're going to try to keep it short. Shorter than the last video I did, although that wouldn't be very hard to do. We're going to talk about the notes and the presentation and when you would wear it and what I think of it and whether or not you should get it and all that stuff. So first of all, we're going to do what we always do, and we're going to talk about the presentation. All right, so let's go over the presentation really fast. So here's the box that it came in. This is the box for the 2-ounce bottle, which I own because I wanted to match the rest of my bottles. You got this nice embossed rose motif with the Z for Zaharoff in the middle. As it goes around, you're going to see this vine and thorn motif wrapping around the box. And you're going to get some ingredient information on the back, barcode on the bottom with another Z on the top. Here's the bottle. It's this beautiful jewel-shaped bottle that gives you a 3D effect with the printed rose in black on the back. And if you go to my first impressions video, I hold it up to the light so you can get a better view of that. I may do that here. This is a eau de parfum concentration. This is the 2-ounce bottle. It's also available in a 4-ounce bottle with this really nice plate. It's embossed and engraved and hand painted and just gorgeous. And I don't have that bottle, obviously. I'll put a picture of it up, or you might have seen it in the thumbnail. But just to give you an idea, here's one bottle that I do have with the thick plate. This is of the Immortals, and it has the embossed motif with a snake on the front. So I'll give you an idea of what kind of plates are being put on these big bottles. They're just beautiful. And there's quite a few of the plates. Now I think there's going to be some more releases in the larger size bottles that have a plate. So far we have Aurum, we have Black Rose, and I'm not sure what else. I think Signature Rosé, the original, is going to be released with a plate on it too. That's what I heard. What else do I need to add? So the bottle says Zaharoff on the bottom. The cap is black, hand painted, metal, and if you look real close, you can see the Z inside there. So George is always about the details. He never lets you down on that. So this is an airbrush cap. It starts off as kind of a dusty matte red, dark rose red, and it's kind of highlighted with the black on the edges. Snaps into place. Twist it to remove. The atomizer has got this nice bronze color reminiscent of the original signature Pour Homme. The bottle feels good in the hand. It's got some thick glass on the bottom. All right, let's check out this atomizer. Spits out a lot of juice, really nice. Well, this is a beautiful fragrance. Let's talk about these notes. Okay, as far as the notes, let's go over this real quick. So in the top, you're going to get basil, bergamot, black pepper, and in the mid, you're going to get amber, Halfeti, black rose. You're going to get Brazilian tonka bean, cashmere, cedarwood, musk, Turkish rose. In the base, cypriol, Ethiopian frankincense, labdanum, musk, oud, and vetiver. All right, so that is one heck of a note breakdown, ladies and gentlemen. So with this kind of fragrance, I'm not going to tell you what you're going to experience. I'm just going to tell you what I experienced, because I think it's different, a little different for everybody. For me, it was a lot different than some of the other reviewers that have been already doing first impressions and reviews. For me, yeah, you get a little bit of that nice peppery, spicy citrus blast in the opening. But right along beside that, kind of like a horse race, you got that, you got this jammy rose. It's a jammy rose to me. It smells sweet. It's not as sweet as the original, but it's got a sweetness there, and then it's balanced out with this darkness right behind. It's like the third horse in the race, and it's right there. And I don't know what's going on as far as what's giving it the sweetness. Maybe it's the tonka with the Turkish rose. I'm not sure what Halfeti Black Rose gives to it, but I imagine it's a dark flavor. It gives it a little bit of a darkness. So there's also some earthiness here that especially comes in later, and a smokiness. So there's some notes in here that I noticed that could be contributing to that. First of all, you have the cypriol, which I have learned is kind of an earthy, woody type of oil. It gives it an earthiness. And then sometimes vetiver can give it like an inkiness. So like if you think of like Encre Noir by Lalique, which is one of my favorite vetiver fragrances. That is a thick, dark, inky, earthy fragrance from that vetiver. The kind of vetiver they use in that fragrance. And there's a little flavor of that kind of thing going on here, but there's other things going on. So you got the cypriol. There's lots of musk in here, first of all. That might be contributing, because it can be a dirty musk, And then the labdanum, I'm learning that is a rose. It's called a rock rose. I've seen pictures of it, and I'll post a picture of it. It doesn't really look like a rose, but it's called rock rose. So that might be adding an earthiness too. And I've read in places that it's either I get the two confused. So it's olibanum or labdanum that provides like a leathery. They usually use one of the two to build a leathery accord. So you kind of get that here. And I'm not sure what's contributing to that, but it's a darker rose. But here's the thing, guys. Here's the kicker, in my opinion. And I want to recommend you guys get a sample of this before you try it, because first of all, rose is not for everybody. It's definitely for me. I love the note, and I wear rose fragrances all the time, especially this time of year. And this fragrance is perfect for this time of the year. But this is an easygoing fragrance. I find it very easygoing. I find the original more of a statement maker, believe it or not. You may not agree with me, and George, you might be watching and you also disagree with me. But it's for more casual. I mean, these are not casual fragrances. These are both statement makers in their own way, but this one's more easygoing. I would pull this one in a casual situation before I would pull this one. Just saying, that's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. And they're both very different, so it's not redundant to own both. So when I first bought this, I'm thinking, okay, well now I won't have to get another signature rosé. Well, I was proven wrong, because they're different enough to where I do want to get another bottle to back this one up. Because hey, the dip don't lie, right? That's what they say. So, and that's not necessarily always true, which we will talk about in my next video when we go over my favorite fragrance and the problems I have with that bottle. But anyways, I digress. I'm kind of getting off track. So let's talk about, what else do we want to talk about? All right, so as far as performance, I'm going to try to remember everything. Every time I do this segment, I keep forgetting numbers. So I'm going to try this again. First of all, when I first sprayed this on, when I did my first impressions, I thought it, lasted me a decent amount of time, 6 to 8 hour mark, better than average. But I take my showers in the morning. So when I woke up the next morning and I went like this, it was still there every bit as it is right now. So it is a beast, guys. So I would go easy on the sprays. Normally I'll do 2 sprays up here, a couple on the arm, so I can do this and have fun with it. Usually I'm testing fragrances anyway. I want it down here or on the back of my hand so I can, do my research for my videos. But with this, even in the wintertime, which this is probably designed for, I would go no more than 3. I think you're going to get that nice 4-foot radius around you, and you're going to get a little bit of a beautiful scent trail. I mean, I know I do with this one. But man, this is going to be 12 hours plus, easy, and it's going to stay on your skin while you're sleeping, which is really rare. You guys know what I'm talking about. You spray one on, and the first thing you do, you wake up in the morning to see if it's still there, and most of the time it's not, like not even a trace of it. But this is there. So you're going to have big performance. You're going to have 12 plus hours in performance. You're going to have a scent bubble about 4 feet. Scent trail is going to be magical, like what I like to call a wife magnet, if they're in the rose. And what does that lead? Projection, heavy projection, probably for that first 6 hours. Yeah, I'm serious. This is a rose fragrance, so don't expect a lot of masculinity here, although it is more masculine than its predecessor. So I'm going to give it a 6.5 on the masculinity scale. Don't let that scare you though. Just because it's not like some Chypre or some blue aquatic doesn't mean that you can't wear it as a man. It's just, it's not going to be as versatile as those kind of fragrances. Okay, it's going to be a special occasion. You're going to wear this at night. You're going to wear this in the wintertime between Christmas and Valentine's Day. And, even though I think you could wear this for a casual, wear a polo and up. It's got an elegance to it, but it's a little playful. It's got a playful touch to it because of the fruitiness of that rose. Or you can wear this to a club, but easy on the sprays. As far as dates, wear it on maybe a 3rd date. Or, this is for like someone, if you're dating someone who's a fragrance enthusiast and likes rose, you can wear this on a 2nd date, if you had that conversation. I don't know if I wear it to work. If you do, again, there's better fragrances for work. I mean, let's face it, it depends on what you're trying to accomplish at work. So let's talk about price and where you're going to get it. Okay, so obviously this is not a flanker to the original. They're not really flankers of each other. They do their own thing, so it's not redundant to have both. And when I did my first impressions, I thought, well, great, now I don't have to buy the original again. But turns out I do, because I do love this fragrance, and this is not the same. So I will be getting another bottle of Signature Rosé. As far as the price, you can go on Zaharoff.com, which is the World of Zaharoff homepage, and I think I paid $121 because I did the early bird deal where you pre-order it and you get a discount. But you can go to Zaharoff and get it, the 2 ounce for $155, and I think the big one, the 4 ounce, is $185. But if I'm wrong on any of those figures, I'm just kind of reaching for it out of the air. I'll put it up here. I'll give you all the correct information in a text. As far as what it reminds me of, it reminds me a lot of this. So this is Dolce & Gabbana, the one. Mysterious Night. This is one of the exclusive Mid-Eastern flankers. I got this one first, and it reminds me a lot of this new one. But obviously the quality is going to be better here. George goes all over the world to get his oils to make his creations. And I'm sure that Dolce & Gabbana does not do that. But maybe they do. I don't know. The quality's better here. And if it wasn't for that Dolce & Gabbana, I never would have bought these. But you can get samples from George at his site for $5 if you want to sample this before you try it. I recommend that you do. And if you like it, then you can go ahead and pick a bottle up. As far as what anybody else says about this fragrance, my roommate likes this. She thought it smelled good on me, but she hasn't said anything about this yet. So she might think they're both the same. She's not really an enthusiast like you and I. Or she just hasn't said anything, or she can't smell it. I don't know. I mean, I can't see how she wouldn't be able to smell it. I mean, this thing is a monster. Let's go ahead and wrap this video up. All right, so my final thoughts on this fragrance. So, I love this stuff, but you have to be a fan of rose if you think you might like it. I don't know if you like it or not. You have to like rose. Some of you guys might think that rose is not for you if it's not masculine enough. But you have to be somewhat of an aficionado or an enthusiast, and I think anybody watching this channel probably is. So, or at least you're curious about it. So get a sample. Get a $5 sample from Zaharoff if you're not sure. I recommend it. It's going to be situational, but it's going to be more versatile than you probably think. Okay, if you want to stand out and do something a little bit different, you know, if you want to get away from the blues and the ouds and all that kind of stuff. I mean, if you like oud, I mean, that's a challenging note profile. So why not try something like this? You know, there's things in here that are fun. You know, that juicy, yeah, juicy. I finally remembered the word. That juicy, sweet rose in the heart, along with that darkness on the bottom, just makes you smile. It makes me smile. You know, and it lasts all day. You got good performance. There's not really anything to dislike here, guys, in my opinion. So I'd say give it a shot. Try a sample. It's a must try. I'm going to give it a 9.0. And I like the original better, so that should tell you something what that would be. I haven't done a rating on that, but maybe I will. We like to buy from people that we like and people that we trust. We don't like to buy from crooks. We do enough of that with the government. So that said, you know, George is the real deal. I've seen plenty of footage of him interacting with other reviewers and, you know, kind of behind the scenes of him making his fragrances. He goes all over the world to get his oils. You know, he really cares about what he does. And I appreciate him as an artist and as an entrepreneur. You know, he's just trying to share his art with the world. You know, I really respect and admire that because I'm an artist too. You know, I made these walls and, you know, I'm a guitar player. I mean, I appreciate art, and this is an art that I appreciate along with those other things. All right, so enough blabbering. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go about my business that I gotta do today. With that said, I'll talk to you in the next video. Thank you so much for joining me. I really love you guys. I really appreciate all the support you give me, all right? Shout out to George Zaharoff, and you know, do you guys own this? Did you pick up your bottle? Let me know what you think of this in the comments below if you picked it up. And how do you think it compares to the original? For me, they both do different things. It's not redundant to own both, and I'm definitely gonna have to get on the bottle of this. But leave me some comments down below, guys. Let me know what you think. Maybe you have something to add that maybe I forgot. So make sure to comment below, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you later, guys. Love ya.